It's official. The Toronto Maple Leafs have extended William Nylander to a massive new contract. Now, I'm sure Toronto fans are very happy at this moment. Nylander has arguably been your best player, and the only person who's been even at his level is Matthews this year. And the contract discussions were really looming over this franchise for the past few months, so I'm sure there's a huge weight lifted off both the organization and the fan base's shoulders. Now, everyone was talking about where Nylander would play next, myself included, and I have to be honest, I'm kind of shocked that he signed with Toronto on a deal like this. 8 years, $92 million, $11.5 million AAV is a massive bag for Nylander, and that means now Toronto is paying 4 forwards over $10.9 million next season, even though they've had very little success in the postseason. Now, comparing this to other teams in the league this season, the Winnipeg Jets' highest paid forward is Kyle Connor, who's making $7.5 million a year. They are right now the best team in the league, which makes you kind of wonder if the Leafs model is the right one to follow. So with that being said, what do I think about this signing? Well, on one hand, I think they had to sign him to a deal if they wanted to keep him, and you should want to keep him. Nylander has gotten better every year he's been in the league and is a top-line winger deserving top-line winger money. But this is arguably his best year, and it's in a contract season, so obviously his play is going to be a little bit higher than it usually is. And Nylander's never even cracked the 100-point mark, something that other peers who are making the same amount of money like David Pastrnak have now done. Now, the issue isn't the value of this contract, and I guess the term isn't terrible, but it's a few other things not only with the deal but with this roster as well that really makes me concerned about the signing. Now, first off is the no move clause. Let me express this in one word. I hate this for the Leafs. 8 years down the line, who knows what situation Toronto will be in, and if you are basically giving Willie all of the power when it comes to his time in Toronto, this means that if he stops performing at a high level or gets injured, you are basically just stuck with that $92 million on the books unless Nylander changes his mind about wanting to play in Toronto, which I really doubt at this point. I also think that they need to get rid of the John Tavares contract no matter the cost. I realize that he may be a strong leader and that he has a no move clause too, but this is exactly why you don't allow full no movement clauses to every player you sign. You just end up with a roster that is top heavy, that lacks defense, goaltending, and will most likely fail in the end. Now, before Toronto fans get all angry, let me explain. I like the signing. I think they had to do it, and I think Nylander is a great player for them. But they need to do a bit more for this team. It's not like Nylander was the guy that's coming in and revitalizing the franchise. He's been there for the past couple of years, so what's really changed outside of him getting his money? Whether it's acquiring a goalie at the deadline or beefing up the defense, this year is their chance because come next season, those big contracts hit the Leafs, and they will have very little room to sign depth, defense, and goaltending. Overall, the whole thing, Nylander is a nice signing. Toronto needed to do it, and they should want to keep him, but I can't help but feel like people think this is a new player that they're acquiring and not a guy that they've had for a couple of years. Like, this is now going to thread the needle for them, and now they're going to be the Stanley Cup favorites after just re-signing a guy that was already on their roster and not addressing any of the holes that they really need to address. But let me know what you guys think. Do you like the Nylander re-signing for the Leafs, or do you think that they should have moved on from him to address other holes in their roster? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next one.